Looks like Las Vegas. Sounds like Vegas. Feels like the Bible Belt. Welcome to Branson, Missouri, nestled in the Ozarks near the Arkansas state line. It's small, but boasts over 50 performance theaters on its main drag, known as the Strip. Branson calls itself the live music show capital of the world, reeling in more than 7 million visitors every year to enjoy its brand of wholesome entertainment. Missouri is also the state where the Mormons were forced out in 1838, when former Governor Lilburn Boggs issued the extermination order. At the time, Mormons were treated as enemies. Now, they're being welcomed back. In fact, some of the LDS families who live and perform here have some of the most popular shows in town. The tour buses tell the story. And each performing family has its own story. Today you'll meet some of them, including the trailblazing Osmonds, who led the way 25 years ago.
I came here, ended up with a theater. I called my brothers. I said, hey, help me. I need some help. So they came out, and here we are 25 years later.
One of Garth Brooks' first producers said, you guys would be headliners in Branson. And we said, where's Branson? We'd never heard of Branson.
That was 20 years ago, and they're still going strong.
Our family has been in Branson for about 18 years. We absolutely love it here.
For the Bretts, it's been 17 years, hooked on Branson after a family reunion.
But I fell in love with it. On the way home, I told the family, I said, someday we're coming back to Branson, and we're going to put on our own show. And all four of them, almost in unison, laughed at me.
Six has been in Branson. This is our 9th season. We moved here from Las Vegas.
All of these folks will tell you that Branson is all about love of family, faith, and country. It's part of the people, the town, and the shows.
Already by one. Oh yeah, I'm not going to change right now. Like you couldn't already by one. Like you didn't notice.
But is there such a thing as too much family? The blessings and challenges of living and performing together 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dutton Show. We are family. My brothers and my sisters and me.
And their spouses and children, nieces and nephews and parents, all working together all week long. For the Duttons and Hughes, that means lots of family on stage.
Among the 5 brothers, we have 37 children as of last Thursday.
Oldest brother Marty and his wife account for 14 kids themselves.
So what if somebody can't sing or play an instrument? Can they still be in the show?
No, we kick them out of the family. They're out.
But they're all in, including the wives 6 days a week. Jason's wife Mara got a pass for maternity leave.
Something interesting or a thought that he thinks is really important.
But baby number 9 didn't stop homeschool for the Hughes kids who are up late at night performing.
Typically, they'll be sitting here, I'll be cooking or cleaning and in and out as they need help with something.
I like that I can always be with my family and I don't have to be separated from them while I'm doing my school. I can always ask for help.
Driving back and forth from the theater, we're drilling multiplication tables or discussing a book or, things like that.
Add in lots of music lessons and it makes for a full but flexible day. The Osmonds perform together their entire lives too, starting on the Andy Williams Show. Now Jimmy owns Andy's Moon River Theater in Branson, where he, Jay, and Merrill perform their hits.
I think you have to change your show, but you also have to have those core things that you have to deliver what people knew you for.
The 6 Knudsen brothers and Bretts are also tight-knit performing families.
Well, I think we really know each other better than our wives know us.
We almost read each other's minds sometimes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most of us would give our lives for each other. To do this together, I look over every day and just pinch myself.
But there's also that other reality.
I understand why a lot more people don't do this, because it is a challenge. You might have just had an argument with a sibling, and then the curtain opens and you're like, hey, everybody.
everybody, we love each other, you know.
We've always been very close, but when you do work closely together, it causes some fun times.
I think one thing about our family is that we realize we're not perfect, and we do our very best to give each other the benefit of the doubt.
It's not like we can just stay mad at each other for very long. We are working together and we're spending a lot of time together, and we tend to just work out our differences.
Just the love that we have for each other is apparent when we're doing the show. That love for each other really comes across to the audience.
Their lives really are a juggling act, and finding balance is key for both the older and younger parents.
It's juggling. So 6 a.m., I'm up and going. And I probably go to bed at 1 a.m. And I just go all day. That's just what I've done for years.
There are days I just kind of feel crazy, to be honest, but then for the most part, I just really feel driven every day.
Everybody pitches in and has a job to do, on or off stage. In the Hughes family, Marty arranges the music, Andy is the stage manager, Ryan takes care of the business end, Jason's the show director, Adam handles the media, and Mom Lena is CEO.
It's extremely difficult to keep family and business separate. I don't think I've achieved it yet. We bring family to work, we bring work home.
I think if you enjoy what you do for a living, you don't work.
I guess I'm more of the cleanup guy. I do the things that nobody else wants to do. And I've found more peace and more fun and success out of that, because you can get a lot accomplished if you don't care who gets the credit.
And it's no small task putting on shows like these. It's hard work.
You can't just stand up in the middle of the stage and sing anymore. It has to be very lively and colorful and multimedia.
But what if a family member wants to leave the show?
I'm planning on going to college soon, and my parents have completely supported me in that, just helping me make plans and do the things that I need to do.
We've always had 1 year at a time plan and never wanted the kids to feel like they had to do this.
They've always been really supportive of us doing whatever we wanted. For a long time it was basketball. Then we realized that we were kind of short, and so maybe music was better on the body.
Maybe it's late on Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, out of sight. Allow me to introduce you to we dance till early the groove. Come on. Lights come down.
Now, the Brett brothers are making even more of their Branson opportunity with their band Prince Ivan.
And using entertainment as a platform to help influence the world for good.
And other younger performers are branching out. Some of the Hughes, Knutson, and Dyer family members formed the band Kodiak Brigade.
We get the risks of it, we get the blessings that come from it, we get the struggles, how hard it is to make it in the business.
I mean, there's competition here in town, of course, amongst the shows, but it's a sense of community.
What we do is really unique. And so it's kind of cool to have others that understand what your life is like.
But how long can they do this? When's it time to silence the microphones?
I think as long as we can still sing, still get on stage, enjoy it, we'll keep doing it.
We don't know where the Lord's going to take us next. But we've been here quite a while, so we're glad we're here. He must think that we're useful here.
To be able to do it at a level where it's classy and it's fun and it's challenging, I think I personally would love to keep going as long as we can.
I get younger every day, so I don't think I'm worried about getting old.
There's a lot of good old-fashioned values still here. We believe in God, family, and country. Those are the three main core beliefs of this town.
It's the Branson formula, and coming up, you'll see how these LDS families fit in. Sound familiar? In Mormon circles, yes, but this is on stage in Missouri.
When you get to Branson, you can feel the faith of the people that live here.
And some of the nicest people, being in the South, being in the Bible Belt, I really have enjoyed that because there's a lot of diversity as far as religious beliefs.
It was severe culture shock for me.
It's just a real peaceful feeling here, and you see it manifest everywhere you go.
This is a great community, God-fearing, family-oriented. It's just a wonderful place.
I like Branson because we're not afraid to talk about God or country.
But when the Osmonds first blazed the Mormon trail of performers, things were quite different.
And I think the Osmonds had probably the hardest time.
In fact, my kids would be in fights. Kids would want to start fights with my kids because they were Mormons. They'd come home with bloody noses and bruises.
I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer.
Maybe a third of the audience would literally get up and walk out on us thinking that we were, not sincere about what we were singing about. So it's taken quite a bit of time, perseverance, and compassion to be able to get through some of the things we got through being here as Mormons.
Jesus Savior.
I'm really thankful to them for, coming here and basically opening the doorway, I feel, to us other LDS families being able to come here and play.
There wasn't even a branch of the church here. It was more like a twig.
When we first came to Branson, there was one ward in the church here. After a few years, it split into two. Now there are 3 wards, a singles branch and a Spanish branch.
People that come here, they want to hear gospel music. They want to share the lifestyle.
You are my guideline.
So every night on stage, I ask everybody, do they want to hear a gospel song? And I tell them we're Christians, and we show on our video screens, we show pictures of the Savior, and they love it.
We just love being able to be here in town and be able to plant seeds of the gospel of Jesus Christ by being who we are.
People just have questions after every show. They ask us what faith we belong to, what church. We're able to tell them.
Every night we get questions about our family and what we believe. And we keep a little stack of pass-along cards in the drawer, right, as people are leaving.
Had any missionary opportunities as a result of
Tons
your
of
show?
them, tons of them. And baptisms.
Something clicked, something was right. And the Hughes Brothers, I love their song, How Great Thou Art. And they sang it at our baptism.
I think it's outstanding. I think the way our country is today, we need this Christian-based groups, and Branson is the heart of it.
Still some people who are skeptical, but by and large, people come away knowing that we are Christians, and we're every single day have that opportunity to share that message.
And they've never felt like they have to compromise their values or standards to appeal to these audiences.
Not in Branson. I think you can be yourself in Branson. You don't have to be something you're not. I think these people, this is the buckle of the Bible Belt, they will spot a phony anywhere.
In fact, in Branson, the season celebrating Christ is the busiest time of year.
Merry Christmas! The Christmas shows, it is so much fun. The whole town transforms. Everybody does a Christmas show.
They all want to be good examples of their faith and strong families.
I think they respect us. There's enough of the LDS families that perform for a living here that they all know who we are.
To portray, yourself a certain way in a show, I think you have to legitimately be living that for it to feel authentic to the audience.
I think that we actually have a lot of respect now here, and we also have a lot of respect for our Christian neighbors.
Mostly, they want audiences to feel something.
And when we write our shows, our main objective is for people to feel the Spirit.
My chains are gone, I've been set free.
And there's nothing like music to have someone feel the Spirit.
The Lord could send His Spirit to an entertainment concert, and it could change people's lives.
For all these performers, there is strength in numbers.
It is so cool, Our word choirs are really something else.
And in the church, we all serve together in callings, in our wards and branches. We are close in service in the kingdom as well.
And Branson's other Christian churches are now even more inclusive of Mormons.
People are getting it, that Mormon is just a nickname, that the true name is Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that message is going out there.
It's such a wonderful feeling to have people of all faiths come together and share and celebrate what we have in common, and that is believing in Christ.
With your talents, make a difference. We could be the ones. God's blessings. Thanks for coming.
Well, Branson really, they cater so beautifully to our veterans.
When we come back, family, faith, and country, Branson style.
It makes me proud to be an American.
As corny as that sounds, the heart of America, location-wise, is really kind of the heart of America. It feels like the 50s with cell phones, laptops, and all the modern conveniences. That's what it feels like to me. There's a lot of good old-fashioned values still here.
Love of faith, family, country, and a whole lot of community spirit. And these LDS performers are right in the thick of it, working with local business and interfaith groups and scouting.
That kind of involvement in the community has really, I think, helped also with people's perception of what we believe and think.
Hey everyone, I'm 76. It's time to get your jig on, join the mix. We're gonna shuffle and bring the beat. Come on everybody, just move your feet. It's a shindig, it's a shindig, it's a shindig shuffle.
We wanted to find a way to help boost business in the spring. And so we created a new season called Ozark Mountain Shindig season.
It's a shindig shuffle and we party all the time. It's a shindig shuffle and we do it in a line.
Stomp, stomp, take it up, stomp.
The Hughes came up with the Shindig Shuffle, hoping to bring businesses and tourists together for the world's longest line dance.
Stomp, stomp, pick it up. Stomp, stomp, pick it up.
They went all over town teaching the steps and getting people excited.
It's a scoot.
Exactly what you'd expect to find in Branson.
Well, it's family, faith, and country, you know, and there's not too many places that every show pays tribute to our creator and also our country and our veterans.
If you're a veteran, serviceman or servicewoman, please stand for us. Let's give them a big hand, folks, all the veterans.
And for me, it goes especially deep because my dad was an Army sergeant, and he was so proud of his service. And before he died, he gave me his dog tags, and he said, "Remember me." And so we had this little song we wrote about that, and we put it all together.
Remember me whenever you are blue. Remember me.
And we do remember him, remember his service.
Well, it gets to you, and it's very inspiring, and it's good to know that people actually feel and appreciate what the veterans have done. There's an emotion each time, and I've never gotten over that.
So it's always been close to my heart because I've grown up, you know, sharing stories and hearing stories.
Brianna Brett Perkins is married to a military man.
It makes it very real. In fact, there are days I have to disconnect, you know, because otherwise I won't be able to sing because the emotion is so high.
And every show does that. And you walk into a show here like the Bretts, and they honor not just the veterans, but the widows, the families, those who are families of currently serving.
and I feel sets us apart. And if we preserve that and continue to modernize it and make it more appealing to a new generation, I feel like we can do a lot of good here for a lot of people in the years to come.
Branson's value system permeates the town, and that's unique. People here say there's a special feeling in Branson. It's positive, it's creative, and on both sides of the stage, there's a shared love of family, faith, and country. Values for the ages.
Our general rule with our show is if it's something our dear mother would be ashamed of, it doesn't go in.
We really love the fellowship that we have here, not only with the other LDS shows, but with all the shows and with other people in the community.
Branson feels like home because we're all together here as a family. And that's my definition of home is family.
We get to spend more time with our families and it's fun. Like you get to see your cousins a lot more.
And why is that so fun?
They're like best friends.
I love it when you can lift people that come to see you and you let them forget their troubles for a couple of hours. What better job or vocation could you have?